Yeah, we had a little bit of a scare in the Australian camp in the bowling innings, in that our coach Darren Lehmann has been diagnosed with a deep venous thrombosis, which is known as DVT. He mentioned symptoms to us when he got to the ground today, and it was good that he did. It's also very good we've got a radiology clinic on site at the SCG here, which we're normally using for players on match day, but we're able to get him up during the bowling innings and get him scans which confirm the diagnosis. Darren has had one of these before as a player in 2007, so he's familiar with the condition, and it's a condition that's got a very good outcome if you get it early, which we have. So it's all good news, but one of the factors associated with it is that it's unwise to fly until you've stabilised the condition, and so he will be absent from the Australian team camp for a short period, and that'll depend on how long it takes for him to get stabilised and treated, so that they're happy to release him. So he's only been in hospital for a day or two, but he will be unavailable to fly for a week, and then we'll reassess how it's all going. So important to let everyone know, and he's very sensible about it and wants to put his health first, so he's happy to hand over the reins to make sure that he's all going to be okay from a health perspective, which is what we expect.
John, in terms of symptoms, sort of how long had he had it, and secondly, in terms of recovery time, sort of what's the range there?
Yeah, symptoms were minor. He had some calf swelling this morning and just had finished his run and noticed it, and then an hour or two later mentioned it to physio and mentioned it to me when we got to the ground. So very short-term symptoms and weren't particularly bothering him, but possibly because he's had the issue before, he's a little bit more aware than the average person that you do report that sort of thing. So not in any major discomfort or pain, but thought it's something I should report because I've had a similar condition in the past. Was a lot worse last time he had it. I think it was post-surgery last time, and as I said, we're lucky that we jumped on it early, so it's more a scare than something to worry about, but it will result in him having a little bit of an absence because we'll be playing it safe.
Martin and Ben. So Martin, just wait for the microphone.
Doc, so what's the next step? Is he in hospital for the next couple of days, and is there a rough time frame on when he'll be available?
Yeah, rough time frame would be weeks, but it's hard to be any more definite than that. It's all dependent on the treatment for DVT is to thin the blood, and sometimes you can do that really quickly and stabilise people really quickly, and sometimes it takes a little bit of time because it requires change of medication. So it's hard to give an exact time frame, but obviously they'll work on making sure that he's fine. But symptomatically he's okay. He's not like he could coach, but we're not going to have him flying around. Obviously we move from city to city, and you've got to jump on the plane. So that's the main thing that he can't do is fly at the moment, which is why he'll be missing the next game.
John, sorry, I know it's probably still a bit early, but could this have impact on the New Zealand tour as well, or do you think it will have cleared up by then?
Yeah, it's not definite either way, so that will depend on how he goes over the next few days. So it's a possibility, but we'd give prognosis for this week that he'll miss the T20 series, and then it depends on how quickly he stabilises.